Well, hello
Afternoon.
there.
You all right?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm a little bit under pressure this afternoon. Do you know why?
Why is that?
Well, somebody gave me some installation job to get done,
Oh no.
and
Well,
well,
luckily, where is it?
well, well, you know where I am, don't you? Right, west coast of
Yes,
Wales, proper
out in
mountains
the
and
middle of
hills, and
nowhere.
middle of nowhere. Yeah. Well, the installation is not there.
Where
Uh,
is it?
it's believe it or not, it's in Nottingham actually.
Now that is an absolute result for me.
Do you know someone who does installs in Nottingham?
I have just
Hun,
started a new
no
business.
way. Cracking idea.
I know.
Do you cover any other parts of the country, or is it just mainly the
No,
Nottingham area?
just
It's
anywhere
just
within
Nottingham.
20 meters of my house. That's what I do. Yeah,
Right.
it's a
Okay.
part-time job basically. Don't tell my
Don't
boss.
tell. Don't tell the boss. Okay. Yeah. Well,
No.
we shouldn't do this on like any internet platform where the boss could see it, should we? And then
Are
be
you
okay.
gonna send me an email with all the details in it, or what I need to do?
No, I'm not going to do that kind of thing. No. I'll tell you what. I'll share my screen. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to
Oh,
use our
okay.
new installation app to give you all the details you need. So
Okay.
just so happens, I hoped that you might have set up an installation company in the Midlands kind of area.
Literally 3 days ago.
Was it
You're
only
a
that?
very lucky man.
So it's not on company's house yet or anything. It's not
This
got
is my
tax
first job
registered.
as well. I'm just saying, it's my
Okay.
first job.
Well,
All right.
I'll go easy on you then. So
Okay.
you, I've set you up as a user. So there's your username, and you've got no jobs at all at the minute because I haven't told you about this job yet. So I'm gonna give you a job, and it just so happens that today's date is today, and it's about an hour to go. That's
Yeah.
nothing like a deadline, is there? Um, and yeah, I'm gonna send you the job. I think if that's all right with you. So I can
Yeah.
just assign you that job over there. But just before I assign it to you, I just need to add a couple of things onto it. So a bit of an intro to do here. So uh, I'm gonna set. Oh, don't tell me this isn't playing ball this afternoon. Give it a couple of seconds. There we go. So you need your risk assessment form. Obviously, you're doing something
Yeah.
important. You've probably got your electrical
I ain't bothering
safety
with that.
certificates and stuff. You do all that kind of stuff, don't you?
I ain't bothering with that either. I'm not
Uh,
doing that either. Oh, yes, I'll
safety,
definitely take all of that with me. No problem.
take your warning signs, all that stuff.
PPE?
Uh,
Yeah.
I think probably just for you, you need a cup of tea. Make
Oh,
sure,
okay,
make sure
cool.
that's there as well. So
I'll make
that's
sure I
your
take that with me. I've got one in the
make sure you
van.
take make sure you take that cup of tea. So kind of what I've done is I've got categories of stuff that I send commonly to people that you need all the time for these things, and something may be specific for the install that you need to take.
Gotcha.
So I can just free type that stuff in. So assign it to you and hit magic update. This is off my list. I can forget about that job. Put my feet up. That's all over and done with now. So
So you're done.
I'm done. Yeah, nothing for me to do. So you need to look at your app now, mate. I'm afraid
So
it's
this is the reason why you sent me this big child's toy
that is the reason I sent you
with
that
the
big
rugged
child's toy.
case, just in case
That
I
is right.
drop it.
Well, I was thinking of the installation app professional who sometimes works at height and might drop it on a concrete floor, and this should pretty
Yeah,
much
good
bounce.
call.
That's my thinking.
You know, the good thing about this is I can even remember the login. So I've got on my to-do list all of a sudden 1183, 14th of March 2023, to be done by 5 o'clock. A flyer
That's
for
correct. You
shipping and
should see
installing.
that's the one. So you should see it here. So I
University
can see your
Park.
list as well. So I can see the same stuff that you're looking at as well.
Right, so I've clicked on it. And now I've got a general tab which is giving me the location I've got to drive to. Blah, 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 blah. Excellent.
And I've given you, it's a particularly difficult customer here as well. So I'm sorry about this one, but you'll recognise the name, I think, when you see it.
Important install for the boss. David who? Sharp. Do we still do work for him?
David, I know David Sharp's a bit of a tricky character, but I thought you could probably handle it as it's local for you. Yeah.
I'll make sure I get the money before we leave site as well.
It's all taken care of. You don't need to worry about that. I'll tell you about the money when you've done the job. I'll tell you how that stuff works.
Right. So I've gone through.
You've got a deadline. You know, you can't just keep messing around with this stuff. You've got to get on with it.
So I'm going to completely install the mic, or I'm going to.
Well, have you done it yet? I haven't seen you actually do any work yet. I've just seen you messing around on an app.
Right.
You've actually got to do some.
Yes, I've done that.
Real work.
It's now installed in place perfectly. So what do I need to do now?
So my customer, we know, is a bit of a tricky character. He needs to see a POD.
Okay.
So you probably need to get a signature from somebody who's nearby, don't you?
So do I click the complete button first?
No, you do all the signatures and stuff first. Only hit complete when it's all finished.
Right, so I've got a general, I've got attachments, I've got notes, I've got checklist, and I've got contacts.
So you can, if you're on a smartphone, you can ring these people and contact them. So in the contacts area, you've got David's phone number, so you can give him a call and see where he's at. If you can't find him, you get to the site to install something. You've got all the information there next to him as well for that.
Right. I don't want to be silly, David, but I'm not pressing the right buttons here. Something. Oh, I've just opened up Google Maps now. Even better.
Well, you'll find the location is in Nottingham.
Nice.
So it's nice and handy for Nottingham installers, so that it's quite easy for you to find. You may not even need Google Maps to find where it is. It's just in Beeston around the corner.
Right, so the only option I've got is to complete the job.
Yeah, so, and then when you press that, you start getting a chance to take your photos and all the
other
stuff.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of my install. I've done a cracking job of that because it was my first ever install.
First ever install, first ever job, first ever photo on the app. Have you got a customer around who can sign for it as well?
I'm looking for it. Hang on. Where are they? There you go. Hang on. So I'm going to capture a signature.
While you're just doing that, I'll just open up the job on the screen as well, just so that people can see where the status is of the job at the moment. So it's just in a production state, it's just being worked on as normal. So when you finished your install, we should see that get updated.
Enter additional notes.
This is going to come on the screen, so do not swear.
This is not your. You know me, I'm a gentleman, sir.
Yeah, but you've set up a new business now. You're now a Nottinghamshire installers business. No, you could have changed. Did you get that cup of tea? Did you have time for it?
Yes. Bear with me a second. Oh,
that's
like
definitely too much tea drinking going on there.
I'm just trying to get.
You can tell for viewers at home, we don't practice these. Okay,
it worked when we demoed it nicely, but it's more the Android tablet that's a problem, not me, not the system.
Yeah, we don't pen test this. We just see what happens when we go out there, which is what happens in real life that people are using this.
Right, okay, so I've done that. So I've taken a picture.
You take your picture.
I've entered some notes. I've captured the signature, and I need to now enter the exact time that I did it.
Yeah, not all those. You don't have to enter all those things. It just depends what
Yeah, but I'm playing
the
now.
company that you're working for wants to do
Right.
it.
Okay, so I'm going to complete this now.
So you complete it. When you finished it, it's all gone and done. So if
Right. I'm
I
back to
refresh,
reinstall.
magic. So I refresh this list. Dean's installs are all done. They're all gone. So your list is now empty again. If I look at the job that you were on, and we have a quick look at that, status has changed to install complete. So we know you've done it. So what I can do, because I haven't left Wales really, I've stayed in my nice little comfy office while you were doing all that
Been all
hard
right, yeah.
work.
I've been out slaving away.
I know. And as soon as you've finished your slaving away and your hard work, I can make my system send an email to that David Sharp who never pays his bills so that he gets that invoice instantly.
Ah, cool.
And do you know what I can put on that invoice as well? I can
What?
put all that little proof stuff that he always says, "Oh, you never delivered it to me, right? You never put
And
this
you
on
didn't
my
install
site.
it correctly
You
and
didn't
all
install
that
it
sort of
properly."
jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we look at that little so we've got a signature and we've got a picture. So you can see timestamp. It's taken us ages to. Normally we do these demos in like 5 minutes flat. It's taken us 4 minutes from you putting that signature on. He's probably already paid the bill actually now because
Yeah, he probably has.
maybe he's learned. So here's a picture that you took. Dane water, yeah, it could be somewhere in the and your
How to get me
signature.
fish on telly.
That is probably actually why it took you about 5 minutes, isn't it? Yeah, because most people just
Tony
put
Hart,
Dave,
eat your heart
yeah,
out.
or Mickey Mouse on the signature. So yeah, so that's come straight back in as well. If you really want masses of detail as well, we could look even further into the detail of what you might have put onto it. So I don't need to look at all of this, but you said you put a note, so I thought I should look at your note. Nice place. Yeah.
See what I did there?
Don't give up the day job, Dean.
All right, sorry.
I think our days as stand-up comedians might be over.
Minutes
We
to
might
think
finish
about
that.
it.
But it's quite clever. So as soon as you did your stuff, I got a system to trigger. It knows the status has changed, knows it's gone to installation, and it can send David an email. It can send him a POD. You know, sometimes in these bigger sites, you know, you've gone to a site to let's pretend you don't just install fish tanks for people and signs in there. Maybe you go to a shopping centre and your client is nowhere near it, but they need to see proof that you've done it before they're going to pay
Yeah.
the bill off. So that's what this is able to do, is that instantly you can see something.
So that you could use this to take, because I saw on the app that you can take multiple photos, can't you, and upload them, to it to say, this is it. I've done the whole store. Thanks very much. You need to pay us some money. Send that to their head office in Maidenhead or wherever it is, and go right. That one, that shop's all done at 2:33 in the morning or whatever it is at that point.
And imagine it, you know, you've set up your install business. When you get busy, you might be on the road 4 or 5 days a week. So maybe you don't even get back to somewhere like an office where you could upload your pictures and send them off to people. So the fact that you can do it straight away from being on the move means that nobody gets delayed. So maybe because you're a third party, you don't work directly for us, maybe you will also get paid quicker because you've uploaded your data much quicker.
So you could give this app to any. I mean, it doesn't even have to be an internal, does it? Because it's free to download, or it will be free to download when it's released.
Yeah. So completely free. So anybody can use it. And you might have noticed it was a little screen, but I've got some that I'm assigning to our own team. Maybe I want a third party team. So this is me, kind of the office person who's managing all the installs and the dispatch stuff. And I can use it not just for installs, I could use it for just deliveries. So if you need to go somewhere, take your delivery, get a POD, get somebody to sign it, take a picture, you know, like how these firms do it. Just take their picture while they're running away back to their van.
Because that's always painful for us, and used to be painful when we worked for a printing company as well, because you would deliver the product to location A, like the reception, and then 3 days later somebody'd say, where is it? And you say, well, we delivered it to reception. Well, it's not here anymore. And then you'd have to end up reprinting. Whereas if you could go in, take a photograph of it, get the signature from the person on reception, you've got it. Thanks very much. I've got all the details here.
Yeah, yeah,
Which is
that's
quite good for trade shows and things like that as well. Now.
Yeah, definitely true for stuff like that, where the person is not close, not necessarily close to the end delivery point. It's a really good way that they can see what's actually happened. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and the practical thing is we're at Sign a Digital show next week, aren't we? And we're having stuff delivered to the show stand. And we don't actually know until we walk through the door and get to the show stand whether that stuff's actually going to be sat there. Whereas if somebody delivered it, took a photograph of it and sent it directly to us, we'd be in there.
We're having this moment of trust and hope next week that everything goes to plan. And we'd love, wonder how many times we'll say to people, oh, you should have had our installation app, because then we'd have known that stuff. But we'll be demoing it there, won't we, at the show? Yes. So if
we will do. Hopefully we've got some installations for people to do as well, with a bit of luck.
Yeah, you've got your nice safe tablet now, the big blue box that will work.
So are we going to? Is there some way that we're going to let people know that the when it's released, because it should be pretty soon, shouldn't it? The app, I mean.
But we'll post a link in the chat now for folks. But yeah, people can sign up on here as a little marketing video of the app. Just working. You'll get an update as soon as it's released in the app stores. So it's done.
Sounds like a good plan.
Today, it's just waiting on a release through the app stores to come through.
And just to reiterate, this is going to be FOC, this installation app as well, isn't it?
Yes, and for our colleagues in non-English speaking countries, that means free.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. So yeah, just part of your regular modernization, upgraded mid-market print suite. Is that good for marketing? Does that sound good for marketing?
Our marketing will love you for that. Are we going to see if there's any questions now? Anybody got any questions?
That'll be it.
Uh-oh.
I know that's our marketing.
That's me. It's marketing doing their job.
So that maybe there's no questions because it is so simple and just works, and it's actually about how it connects to your whole ecosystem.
What we were trying to demonstrate. He even took a salesman only 4 minutes to find the signature page. Do we have a plan for what we're going to do for the next one?
Our next LinkedIn session? No, it'd be really good if we had a plan before we came to these, wouldn't it? But no, we got so excited. We got so excited because we did 3 in a row that we're running out of ideas. We're kind of waiting for some customers to give us some feedback of what they'd like to see as well. So
yeah, that would be good.
There's room for that with people as well.
So if you want to see anything specific, feel free to comment on the LinkedIn page, and we will try and make it work.
Yeah, someone will find it.
The back end, the MIS doesn't need anything above and beyond your standard pace system to work with the app. So that was a question in the chat that I just answered without you.
I was just reading the question. You're already speaking about something, but yeah. So the question was, is there anything else you need in the back end MIS? You've got a tiny little bit of setup to do yourself, but I mean, nothing that you need our help on. It's as simple as those installation categories that you need to set up and set your shipment types, but nothing more complex than that.
Cool. So shall we knock it on the head there then?
I think we can. We achieve our record of beating our 30-minute time slot again by a good 10 minutes, which is good for everybody.
It's nice and simple, isn't it?
And yeah, just simple things that work. And if people want to see specific demos of it for them, or get in touch with us or the other sales teams,
yeah,
that's fine. We're happy to do one-on-one demos of this as well.
Cool. Right. See you next time.